Welcome to Wednesday Live and Power Hour. Happy 2023. Okay, listen, y'all. I'm hyped. And it's not for no reason. Let me fix my collar. I like it flipped up just a little bit in the back, but oops, I just flipped it all the way down. There we go. A little bit. Anyways, I'm just wasting time as y'all get on here with me. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and get us logged in on this other platform as well. Let's see. We're gonna go live. Hey, somebody just got on. Who's on with me? Let me know. Leave a comment. Who's on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy 2023 with me, Nahkila Isha. No, I'm silly. Let me get on. You guys, I'm on 10. I'm super hyped today because I've been spending the day with my mom and my youngest son. And yeah, I'm just in that zone still, that silly zone. So I'm glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm telling you, it's time for me to learn how to, there we go, how to do this at ease. Now, I wonder if I turn the phone upside down. Uh, oh, oh no, it doesn't do it upside down. Let's see. Let me flip the camera around. How do we do that? There we go. I'm just checking to, oh, there it is, because I'm charging right now. So since I'm charging, I'm choosing not to have it. Let's see. I'm charging, so choosing to have it not be smashing the cord. I don't feel like that's going to work. I feel like that is definitely going to create a fall. Hey, Diamond, how are you? You see how I'm getting it together because I'm on here by myself right now. So I'm acting like I'm going to be the only one to see this part. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I tell you, being live from different angles, boy, it be having you like, Papa, who that woman? Okay, let's see. So I guess that means I won't be drinking my water while we live. I guess that's what that means because it's my water that's propping it up. So I guess, I suppose. Okay, now let's see what happens once we go live. They're going to catch me from my side view. Okay. So I'm just waiting and letting everybody get on with this. Okay, it says I'm live. Hey, hey, hey to you guys over here. So listen, I realized I'd have to look down here in order for you to see me. My phone is upside down because it's charging. So where's everybody at, sis? Usually, usually there's more people with us by now. Where is everybody at? Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. So I'm going to let you know that it's difficult for me to read what you all are saying over on IG because my phone is upside down. See, here you are, because I'm charging it. So we're just rolling with it. We just going with the flow. Hey, Mom, I see you joined us over on IG. Thank you guys for being here. You're driving. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So hi Lakina, how are you? Good evening. Welcome, welcome. So glad you're on. Welcome. So yes, let's hi my beautiful aunt. Happy New Year. Abundance year to you too. It always makes my day to see you on. I'm just giving time for everyone to roll on in. And for those of you that are just joining over on IG, I'm going to let you know again. Hi, my phone is upside down because it's charging. So I'm looking way up here and the camera's way down here. So yeah. Are you guys ready for Empower Hour? This is literally our first Empower Hour of 2023. Are you guys ready for it? So I posted on Facebook because my youngest is car hunting and we saw a car. It wasn't the one. He test drove it and he's like, yeah, no. So the hunt continues. So send love and prayers and high vibe energy and frequencies our way so that we can find a car. He took my car today, y'all. It's the first time he's driven it without me in it. So Spirit said, because if it was left up to me, it would have been a no. But Spirit said yes. So yes, it was. So, Oh, thank you. Thank you, sis. Okay, look, y'all, I got my very first deck that I ever bought. This is the one that I'm using today. And then this one, it's not a first, but it's always been one of my favorites for some reason. This deck, the energy of it just feels amazing to me. So I grabbed these two. So I'm going to start with this one. And you guys know, like we used to do, hey, mom, I see you on YouTube too. Um, we used to do the grounding first, but if you haven't checked out the guided meditation section on my channel, I did a grounding exercise. So now you can listen to it and you can ground every day, inside, outside, anywhere you like. So I remember when I first bought this deck and I chose it the same way I chose my crystals back then, where I would just hold it and feel the frequency. And this was the first one. It's the Archangel Power deck. So let's just go ahead and call on highest light, guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, and helpful companions, all of highest light and love. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love to deliver messages rooted in highest light, love, and truth. So, the reason I'm saying this out loud, you guys, is because it's so important. Many of you know to be clear and specific whenever you're dealing with spirit realm, but many of you don't, right? Those of you that are new, I'm being guided to pull from the bottom too. Those of you that are new with us, and those of you that are new to just that world of communicating with the energies and entities beyond, right? Beyond this 3D realm. So it's super important. And before we get into the cards, there is something that I'd like to share with you all. Those of you that are in the mentorship, the Activating You Soul family, you guys have heard bits and pieces of the story, but I recently expanded some of the work that I do, and it involves what's called divine source energy healing. And this form of energy healing, it's like casting out, right? And it started as just like traumas, But recently, I had someone come into town that I was working with, and it was a lot more than casting out traumas. We had energies come in that identified as not being of highest light and love. We had several souls that came in that had to be crossed over. We had an energy that identified as Lucifer, and we had one that identified as evil, right? And so what I noticed when dealing with this and assisting this person with casting these energies out was the ways that they were attempting, right, to enter my energy field. At one point, I was calling my mom because my mom is also an energy healer, and I was calling her to come just as that extra backup support system while we were doing this. And one of the things that the energy that identified as Lucifer said was, it called my mom by name and said, "Didn't she hurt you?" And I looked it dead in its face and said, she prepared me, right? She prepared me. Everything that I went through, didn't go through, experience prepared me for the work I'm here to do. And there were other ways. So I'm sharing this with you because when I was done doing this work over the course of 2.5 days, I literally found myself asking, how can I raise my frequency even higher? Right. And I tend to exist at a pretty high frequency, right? But I would get irritated still, right? Please. When I tell you I ain't been irritated since, I'm like, oh no, it's not that serious. So I'm sharing this with you because it's super important to understand. We talk about how important keeping our frequency up is, but when we're thinking in terms of the spirit realm, oftentimes we just think, oh, it's about readings, it's about healing traumas, it's about unicorns and rainbows and unicorn farts, right? But it's so much more than that. And just because you aren't coming eye to eye with these entities that are not of highest light and love, it doesn't mean that they're not existing. And the way that they enter through emotions and feelings like hate, sadness, hopelessness, fear, right, is a big one. Lack of forgiveness, lack of self acceptance, right? And so, again, we've had this talk about how important it is to feel your emotions. But when you're feeling your human emotions, feel them with the intention of understanding what's creating the emotion, right? Showing gratitude if there's other people involved or other variables of the situation, and then having the intention to release. Don't waddle in those energies, right? Because those are literally cracks into your energy field where they enter. And unlike highest light and love beings and energies and entities, they don't have to have permission to enter, right? They don't. They just, they don't. They don't care about your free will, right? Something else that spirit brought to my attention was to stop allowing everyone to touch me. because these energies can transfer, right? So if you see me and I don't hug you, it's not personal. It's just spirit has guided me to stop allowing everyone to touch me. Energy transfers. So, one of the things, too, the question that was asked of me from one of these entities was about another host, right? What do I get if I leave her? Do I get another host, right? So, those of us that are choosing to vibrate higher and to embrace our divinity, these low vibrating, evil, however you describe them, entities would love to be able to use us as a host. So, I was guided to share that with you as you go into this next phase of life. Set the intention to just understand it's not that serious, right? Nothing is that serious. When someone is in your life and they're triggering you, it's about being able to show gratitude, because that puts you at a place to say, thank you for showing up and shining a light on something I'm being called to heal, something I'm being called to give my attention to, something I'm being called to release, right? And just understand it's not that serious. We can choose peace, we can choose love, we can choose compassion, we can choose light, and we can exist there, even in all of our humanness. So that's what I had to share before we get into the cards. Now let's see what you all are saying. Hi, my beautiful sister TK. How are you? I be saying hi, my beautiful sister. Then I got to say your name after, because everybody's my beautiful sister or my beautiful brother, right? So let's see. Yes, this is my very first deck, and I felt inclined to grab it today. Hey, Pat, how are you? Hey, Stephanie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, yes, and those of you over on IG, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Okay, so do you start from this part or this part? The bottom. Okay, we're gonna start from the bottom. So look, the first card we got was Queen of Ariel, mature, practical, generous, and happy. And the reason why I'm kind of smiling is because it reminds me of today with my mom. I love telling my mom she's almost 70, right? Because she just like, why do you say that? I'm not almost 70. I'm almost 66, right? She'll be 66 this month. But anyways, I'm like, Mom, I'm almost 50, so same difference. But the mature part just kind of made me chuckle. But this says, nurture yourself and those you love, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice. Okay, so this is all about having fun, right? This is all about you understanding that just because you age or just because you get more mature, that you don't have to allow that inner child to go anywhere. You don't have to stop being silly. You don't have to stop being playful. Remember, it's not that serious, right? What is adulting anyway? All I am literally is a big old child that's responsible in this grown person body. That's what I am. And I'm spirit led. I'm just running around a big old child in a grown woman body that's responsible. I take care of what has to be taken care of, and I let spirit guide me. But outside of that, I'm just a big old kid, right? It doesn't matter what I'm doing, where I'm at, I'm having fun, right? And spirit is telling you to have more fun. Have more fun. If you set a resolution, I encourage you to throw it away. I encourage you to resolve to focus on peace and joy, and that's it. And being spirit led, right? And allowing the rest of your life to just flow, right? Just do what you're guided to do. And when I say that, sometimes one of our biggest guides is our bodies, right? How many of you may have a sleep pattern that's outside of the normal pattern, normal, what we've been taught is normal? It happens to me all the time. And I used to fight against it. Now I flow with it. How many of you eat things that's outside of the healthy realm to release weight and to be healthy? I do. And you know, when I was able to manage my weight was when I started allowing myself to eat whatever. And I set that intention that everything I eat, it's fuel, it nourishes my body, and everything else is fuel to help me maintain, right? I gain a little bit, but I don't blow up like I've been before, right? It's about us not taking it so serious, not being so structured and strict, and understanding that our body is one of our biggest guides, right? Spirit is going to find a way to guide us. It's just up to us to listen. It's up to us to receive it, right? But spirit is never not guiding you. Hey, Anitra. And I was just being called to ask you, how are you being guided today? What are you being guided to do? We also have the star, Archangel Jophiel, a dream come true. Believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. Okay, so this card is bringing forth a few different messages, right? But what I'm being guided to tell you, it's that belief in yourself, the belief in spirit being there to guide you and provide for you, and your ability to truly surrender. Because how many of you think to yourself, okay, what is it going to take for me to truly surrender on the level that Nahkila talks about? Like, what does that take? What does that require, right? It requires you to believe that, first of all, it's possible, and second, that if you do, or when you do, if you've already decided to do it, that spirit will show up and show out for you every single time, right? Allow those miracles into your life. You have more to offer the world than you're giving yourself credit for. There's so much more that the world is waiting to see from you. And that more is more of you. You don't have to fit in to this business paradigm, this spiritual paradigm, this religious paradigm, this whatever paradigm. Shatter the boxes and just flow, right? And when I said that, what they're showing me is a cardboard box holding water, right? Water is not meant to be contained in no box of any form, right? Allow that box to be cardboard and you flow like water. Okay, so this feels specific, and I believe it's because I know many of you that are on YouTube, but I know as I say that it's not just for a specific person. It's time for you to flow into more of who you are. And the feeling that's coming in is it's just like this is the end of the road. This is the end of the road for playing small. This is the end of the road for attempting to shift who you are so that you can be accepted, right? Many of us have a mission to teach others how to just be so that we can encourage others to just be, to release that attachment to fitting into a mold, right? It's time for you to grow beyond your wildest dreams. Welcome more love into your life. And I'm hearing the song, Put a Little Love in Your Life. Excuse the singing. Y'all that don't know, now you know. We also have Knight of I was about to say Mitchell. Who is Mitchell, y'all? Who is Mitchell? Knight of Michael, strong, committed, intellectual, diligent. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. Okay, so listen. When I said time to move quickly, choose logic over emotions, what was the first thing that came to you? Leave me a comment. Let me know. What's the first thing that came to you when I said that? Because let me tell you what came, right? When we think in terms of logic over emotion, the logic is the aspect of our soul that knows the spirit has us, right? The logic is the part of our soul that knows that this is a dream world that we're existing in, right? And everything in it is real because of our belief, right? So the logic is releasing the attachment and connection to your mind, that aspect of you that has been programmed, and allow yourself to connect to your soul. Right. I often share about opposite day, how my children and I used to have opposite day. Everything we've been taught, you can guarantee it's on the opposite end of the truth, right? So when you thought logic, you may have thought, oh, release the woo woo, release the spirit led and think more. No, feel more, right? Feel more. Even when you don't feel like you can hear spirit's voice, you can always feel within your own soul, right? And the way that you can do that, whenever you have a question to ask, right? Oftentimes, people that aren't used to the terminology connecting to spirit or connecting to God, I'll just tell you to put a hand on your heart chakra, one on your solar plexus, take some slow, deep breaths, close your eyes, and ask the question, right? Because what you're doing is you're feeling deep into your soul. It allows you to slow down, tune out everything else, and feel within your soul. So let's do it now. Let's practice together now. Okay. TK said logic equals plan. Exactly. Right. And what is the plan? What's your plan? My plan is to allow spirit to guide me. That's my only plan. It's the same plan every day. Spirit, I plan for you to guide me throughout my entire day. I plan to turn it over to you throughout my entire day. Right. I'm choosing that for me. And it's easy. Then I can be silly and flow, right? But let's go ahead and somebody put a question out there that can be a good question for everybody. Put it in the comments. Let's see. And while we're waiting for the questions, y'all, just go ahead and put your hand on your heart and on your solar plexus and then just take some slow, deep breaths. Who's throwing a question out there? Come on, y'all. Come on. Throw a question. Don't matter. Let Spirit tell you the question. What's the question? Yes, TK, I am upside down on IG because my phone is charging. But you know what? Here, this is what I'll do. I'll go ahead and unplug it. It's charged enough. There we go. There we go, y'all. Okay. Anybody put a question out there? Do you trust yourself? Thank you, Anitra. Okay. So you might have had an answer come to mind, right? When you heard that. The question is, do you trust yourself? So what you're going to do is put that one hand on the heart, one on the solar plexus, take some slow, deep breaths and ask your soul, do I trust myself? And without thinking, what do you get? Even if you get no, let me know. Let's see what Spirit got after you give me that answer. What's your answer? Do you trust yourself? Okay, okay. My Aunt Rachel said yes. What else we got? Do we get any no's? Do we get any no's? I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next card while I wait for your answers. Hey, Shamika. Shamika said yes. TK said, "Child, I heard no before I finished the question." Okay, we gotta know. There we go. We gotta know. Anybody else? What you get? Okay, so the next question is Six of Raphael. Embrace your inner child. I can't make it up. We just talked about this, right? New friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood. So this feels Diamond said I got a yes, I trust spirit more though. Um so look, this card it feels real good because I'm having a sleepover with my sister friends at the end of the month and we're going to have a lot of fun. Our inner child is going to have fun, okay? It's going to have fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. Ah, Anitra said, my body moved forward for my yes, my mind said no. Okay, so when you have that difference, right, in your answer, now go in and ask spirit, which one is the answer? Do I trust myself or not? And see what you get. Diamond said, I'm still on probation with myself. See what you get. Now, as I'm pausing, what I'm receiving is it's time for you to embrace that childlike wonder, right? So here's the thing, Anitra's got no. We got another no. So here's the thing. If you are not allowing yourself to be 100% spirit led, you don't trust yourself, right? You don't trust yourself. If you don't allow yourself to be 100% spirit led, you don't trust yourself. Because underneath this human self is a divine self. Underneath this flesh is where God dwells, right? So if you're not surrendering totally to God's will, which is essentially your true will, before programming and trauma and all that stuff took over, there's no way for you to trust yourself. What you're operating on is the logic of someone else, the programming of someone else, the logic that's rooted in traumas or experiences or opinions, right? So when you allow yourself to be 100% guided by spirit, this is when you build trust. This is when you build that trust in self because self and source are one. So if you are not 100% of the time allowing yourself to be spirit led, you trust yourself in the equal percent of which you are spirit led. Now that you've heard that, let me know what comes to you. Let that sink in and let me know what comes to you. Lakina said, not in all areas. Stephanie says, sometimes. Pat says, so true, sis. That was my lesson all of 2022. Yeah. Yeah. TK said, me and my younger selves have been working through what programming is called to be shifted. Yes, because, and here's the thing. This came up before for one of my sisters in light was to question every belief system that she has, right? And when I say question it, I don't mean take yourself down the rabbit hole. I mean check in with spirit to see, is this mine or is it something else? Right? And take your pick on what the something else is. It really don't matter at first what the something else is. The first question is it mine? And if spirit says yes, then flow with it. If spirit says no, then we explore number one, well, what created this belief, right? Or this behavior, and who does it belong to? Is it society's programming? Is it parental upbringing? Is it trauma? Right? Because by knowing at that point the where, the when, the how, the what, you know where to heal. And you can explore what else within me is attached to that. Right? We have so much to release, but it doesn't have to feel like work and it doesn't have to feel heavy. All we're called to do is surrender and be guided and set the intention. Thank you for assisting me with healing the things I am both consciously and unconsciously aware of. And when you do that, spirit is going to guide you into what areas you're being called to heal. This is why that total surrender, that totally being spirit led is so important because we get to set it and forget it and keep it moving. And spirit's just always guiding us. And it's like, oh, it healed that. Oh, it healed this. Oh, I got that blessing. Oh, that blessing. Okay, spirit, rain on me. Right? But remember when we're picking and choosing what we're allowing spirit to lead us in, sometime part of the time is like none of the time. No matter what you tell yourself, because a lot of times we like to BS ourselves and be like, well, I'm doing good because today at 3:33, I allowed spirit to guide me on which candy bar to get. And I wanted a Snickers. Yeah, wanted, but I got Twix because spirit said Twix. So I'm doing good. I mean, if you say so, if you say so. Or we can understand that it was so much bigger than that Twix, and spirit guided us to do 50 million things more that day. And at the end of our day, guess what was waiting for us? We had a brand new pony with rainbow hair waiting in our backyard. And we had been manifesting this since we were two, right? So which one would you rather have? A candy bar or a pony with rainbow hair and glitter and farts out strawberry smells? You know what I mean? You get it, y'all. Let's see what y'all are saying. Um, Shamika said, no, I was surprised when I heard yes. Awesome. Awesome. And Shamika, I know that you allow spirit to lead you, right? I know that. TK said it's like, I know when spirit is moving, then I doubt how and why me, etc. Okay, so I'm glad you said that because divine source energy healing. Some of y'all know the backstory. I'm Reiki master teacher certified. I never really felt led to teach Reiki. I did the whole thing because spirit guided me to. It was never just on my radar. And spirit gave me divine source energy healing. Whenever I do energy healing, it was more like casting out. I used to always say it's more like casting out. Little did I know how deep the casting out was going to go. Okay. But that was what it was like. And when spirit told me to activate in divine source energy healing, my ego was like, who am I? People gonna be like, who she thinks she is. Right. And then spirit said, how do you think stuff like Reiki got here? Right? You're one of my messengers. You agreed to be used to serve the light, and this is how I'm choosing to use you. So you gonna let ego stop you from being guided? And I got over it. I was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna do it, right? I'm gonna do it. So that question of who am I or why me or you know what I mean? Little old me. It reminds me of one of my favorite gospel songs of all times. Every time I hear it, it makes me cry. And that's Danabelle Hall's Ordinary People, right? Just ordinary people. My God chooses plain old ordinary people. God chooses people like me and you who are willing to give our all, right? So if you have that mindset of these great things that spirit is using you to do, and you have that question, why me or who am I? Listen to that song. It's ordinary people. If I was this grand whatever, and I'm doing what I'm being guided to do, and then I tell you, come along with me, you're gonna look at me like we ain't the same, sis. You can do that, but I can't. But little old ordinary me, you look at me and you see you. And if I can do it, you can too. right? That's why God chooses ordinary people. That's why we show up as ordinary people when we incarnate after our soul has agreed to do this extraordinary work, right? Because when you see me, you see you. And if I can do it, you can too, right? So TK said, don't start with the water horse. Hey, Sharon, pony me, please, too. And please add extra glitter to the hair. Okay. We have 9 of Raphael. Can't make it up, y'all. Make a wish. Dreams become reality. A joyful time of life. Okay, so I know we just kind of glazed over the inner child card, but we'll get to it. It's time for us to heal whatever stops us from moving forward. It's time. Stephanie, I'm not even going to kid you. There was a message that came in. Yes, I just called you out because listen, this is what I'm not doing no more. I'm not doing no more. Ooh, I'm not gonna say it, right? Or ooh, spirit, it feel uncomfortable. Ooh, nope. This what we doing. This what we doing, Stephanie. It's time. Take that leap of faith. It's time. You got the message a while ago. It's time, right? Because listen, when we talk about that leap of faith, Shamika, you got a story about faith that you could share. Y'all done heard my stories of leaps of faith 50 billion times. I know many of you got those stories of leaps of faith when spirit guided us and we did it and what the outcome was, right? And even when we're faced with, I can't, I don't know how, I don't have, right? When we take that leap of faith, you know how the saying goes, God is not going to guide you to it and not give you what's necessary to get you through it. So when you take that leap, you end up better than you were when you started. And that's super personal to me. That's so personal to me. Because I cannot tell you, not just the difference between my life. 2011 is when I divorced my first husband and left him everything. And when I started over, I can't tell you the difference between my life then and now. I can't tell you the difference between my life in 2016 when I started Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting up till now. I can't tell you the difference in my life from 2019 up till now. And all it took was surrender. All it took was unwavering faith. All it took was following the guidance that I received as I received it, not smacking it up, flipping it, rubbing it down, and remixing it. When spirit said go, not saying wait, but no, right? This is how we access those blessings. So we're being called to heal those spaces within that says, wait, but, oh, I don't know, wait, right? It's time to heal that. And I'm here to assist you with that. And if stepping into this arena with me is a part of what you're being called to heal, you tap in, you ask for that guidance. And when you receive it, you leap. You don't wait. You don't think about it. You don't plan for it. How many times have I told you spirit will guide me and I'll be like, "Ooh, come through. I'm trusting you because I don't know how we about to do this. But I know you got me. So come through and surrender." It really is that simple. The toughest part is just choosing to take that step, right? It doesn't mean the fear stops, right? It don't mean the fear stops, but you acknowledge the fear and you turn it over. You acknowledge the fear and you release it to God. You acknowledge the fear and you say, I know you got me. And you believe that, right? We're being guided into our next level of greatness, but not all of us are choosing to step into it. Now, I say this to y'all all the time because your next level of greatness may not mean connecting and working with me. Your next level of greatness may mean working with Joe Blow down the street. And if that's who spirit's guiding you to, guess what? The same still applies. This new phase that we are calling year 2023 has the potential to be your best year yet. The collective is receiving a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of effort to control our frequency, to keep us in fear, to keep us in lack, to keep us in hopelessness, to keep us from love, to keep us from light, to keep us from our divinity. But what's available to us is so much of those things amplified that all we're being called to do is just reach out our hand and grab hold, right? Grab hold. Tune it out. Be in it, but not of it. Cause they working hard. They working overtime. I don't watch the news and stuff, y'all. I don't keep up with that stuff. Y'all know. Y'all that know me know. But I know what's going on because of what's going on the other side. What's going on the other side? I share with the soul family how I was leaving my love's house one day and I had a question about he and I with spirit, and I also had a question about a few other things. And I turned my car on, and it's literally 3 hours off just so spirit could deliver me the message of 444. And there's 4 people on IG right now. Just so spirit could deliver that message. And there's 4 thumbs up. Y'all, we got way more people over here on YouTube with us. So go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you got anything from the video already. But anyways, but that's the power of what we're in right now. Where spirit is not just speaking to us in here or feeling in here, like spirit is actually manipulating our physical realm with ease, right? For those of us that are open to receiving that. So just like my car, the clock never happened before, literally 3 hours off, 3 hours off, so I could get that message, so spirit could answer my question, right? So what do you think is happening when we're intentional and when we're connecting to spirit and we're turning it over and we're surrendering and we're following the guidance? That disconnect is so thin. I've told you guys so many times those stories we hear in the Bible about water turning into wine and parting of the Red Seas and all these things that we look at and we say, "Oh, miracles." But do you know what that is? It's manifesting. Those miracles were manifestations. But back then, that programming hadn't taken over. The programming, they've been attempting it since the beginning of time, that fear factor, right? They've been doing it since the beginning of crime. Crime was here in BC and beginning of crime, right? It's a crime what they doing. But they've been doing it. But back then, the manifestations was so instant because the collective hadn't disconnected from their divinity within. And it didn't take time to work up the belief to know I can do it instantly. But the more we heal, the more we surrender, the more we step out on faith, the more we take action, the more instant it becomes. And now we got this amazing energy that has elevated in our favor, supporting that. Why you think they putting in all this effort to lower our frequencies? Because the higher our frequency, the more in our power we are. The lower our frequency, the more controllable we are. It's big business for us to be controlled, right? It's big business for us to be controlled. What makes us the most sick? Stress. What creates stress? Fear, worry, hate, everything except love and compassion and joy and peace, right? Think about it. Look at the world around you. Look at the world. Observe the world, but don't absorb the frequency of the world. Spirit is just waiting for you to say yes. All you got to do is say yes, right? Let's see what y'all are saying. Hey, Tempest. Um, Hi, Karen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Shamika said, no job, living in transitional after leaving husband. Spirit told me it's time to work with Nahkila, January 31st, 2020. I stepped out and Spirit ain't miss a beat, supplying monthly payment for the year. Right? Right? She was never late on her payments, not once. Did y'all hear? Let me say it again. Shamika says she didn't have no job. She was living in transitional. She was living in transitional after leaving her husband. Spirit told her it's time to work with Nahkila, January 31st, 2020. She know the date, y'all. I stepped out and Spirit ain't missed a beat, supplying monthly payment for a year. And what else happened? Are you in transitional living now? How did your life improve? Because aside from not missing a beat and your payments never being late, what'd you gain? Right? What'd you gain? Y'all have heard my stories. Now it's time to hear from other folks because I told y'all, Spirit done guided me to do many of things when, listen, I told you there was an eviction notice on our door while I was in San Diego at Speaking Right because that's what I was guided to do. And I didn't learn nothing. Me personally, you might learn a lot if you go. That's my experience. But what I did was I got what Spirit sent me there for. And I'm still reaping the benefits of it to this day. So we don't know why Spirit is guiding us. And we may think in our minds what it is we're about to receive. But if we can release that, here's another thing that came in today. So me and my sisters, Divine Source Energy Healers, we be talking in our chat, right? And so one of the things that came through for one of our sisters, and it's coming through for all of us, right, is that when Spirit is guiding us based on our current paradigm or current belief system. Ooh, right? Ooh. So if you existed in a paper bag, Spirit's gonna guide you out that paper bag from the point of the paper bag. Spirit's not gonna guide you from a point of elevation if you're not elevated. So in order to receive the fullness of Spirit's guidance, it's just like me as a psychic medium or as a psychic life coach. I empty myself so I can be a clean vessel and receive solely from Spirit. So you're getting none of me, right? So it requires us to do that when we're being guided. So we empty expectation. We know I am going to be blessed. I am blessed. There's no other option. But we release expectation. We release belief system, right? And we allow Spirit to guide us into what serves our highest good. Because we can be cutting ourselves off when we have an expectation or a thought process of how, what, when, and where, right? Okay, so listen. What I just got was allow yourself to be guided out of your most desired state into your most abundant state, right? You heard that? Allow yourself to be guided out of your most desired state into your most abundant state. A lot of times we have a false sense of security, right? My security doesn't come from how much is in my bank account. My security doesn't come from how many soul clients I'm serving. My security doesn't come from this material world. My security comes from God. This is why Spirit can guide me on how to run this business. Sometimes I'm guided to do stuff it's not business. What the heck is it a business? Right? But that's because I've already had a talk with God and I've already said this is the life I'm choosing to live. And I don't have an idea or thought or expectation of how I'm going to have that life. Right. So I have no attachment to how I'm getting there. So I can move freely and in integrity and in Spirit's guidance because I'm going to have what I choose regardless. And I'm going to get there how Spirit sees fit. And I've surrendered enough to be out of my own way so I don't have to be attached to getting it in a certain way, right? So it's time for us to get out of our own way and release attachment to the when, where, how, who, what, right? Well, we know the what, but even releasing attachment to our what allows space for us to receive that most abundant what, right? I just heard that what is it for a man to gain the world but lose his soul, right? Because sometimes we think in terms of what a good life looks like, feels like, what that is for us, right? And so we'll receive that abundance on one level, but where's our peace? Where's our joy? Where's the love and the compassion, right? But when we get out of our way and we just say, Spirit, this is what I'm choosing, I always leave room for Spirit to add some stuff, sprinkle me, man, because I might have forgot some stuff. For you know, those of you that don't know, that was my E40 impersonation. You know, I leave room. I leave room because this mind of mine, it's limited, right? I have no idea exactly what I'm capable of having. I know it's far more than what my mind can conceive. So I leave room for spirit to show me. And every night before I go to bed, thank you for showing me how much more peaceful my life can be. Thank you for elevating my peace. Thank you. I'm so grateful, right? Because I don't ask for things anymore. I just manifest peace. Everything else just falls in place, right? Let's see what y'all are saying. Hi, Alexina. Let's see, Alex, Lena. Hi. Hi, King J Money. Welcome, welcome. So, and let's see. Y'all, I got the old lady look. Y'all see that? That's them eyes. Can't see. Um, and I'm doing it again because I really can't see. But why do we do that? Does that help us see? Let's see if I look without doing that. Hasta Saudi, I could see without doing it. There we go. Let's see what y'all are saying. Um, Pat says, Shamika, that's powerful. Hi, Shante. Shante said, hi, everyone. I have a hard time trusting spirit because of self doubt, fear. I have been working on letting go of that. Yes, it's super important to let that go, right? Because spirit is never, ever, ever going to steer you wrong or lead you astray, right? But it's about healing those things within us that keeps us from trusting, right? Let's see. Hey, sis. Hey, Denise. I always have to say your name after. So y'all know who I'm talking to. Allow yourself, and you said allow yourself to be guided out of your most desired state into your most abundant state. So y'all go ahead and post that on your profile and quote me and tag me now. Okay. Quote me and tag me. Post that so everybody can get that message. It's so funny because just the other day when we got the message about how, we were taught to fake it till we make it, but we don't do that up over here. We be it till we see it. And was it 2 days ago? Yesterday, either 2 days or yesterday, I had all these memories that showed where I was quoted on that. So share that one. That's a good one. Share it, y'all. Let's see. Pat said, that's it, sis. It's 444 on January 4th. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at Spirit. Shamika said, I got a job after a few months. Spirit told me in middle of night, send them my resignation and told me next day, go to car lot and get me a car. I walked away with a brand new car. Didn't expect that. So for those of you that are just jumping in, we were having the conversation of how I share with you guys how Spirit has led me out of my comfort zone as it relates to finances. Because let's keep it real. That's what stops us from doing a lot of stuff, right? Until we get in that flow of being spirit led, and we know money is just an energy and there's so much more of it, and as long as spirit is guiding us, it's an infinite supply. The fish and the loaves of bread, we're gonna always have more than what we require and desire, right? And so Shamika was sharing how when she started working with me, she didn't have a job, she was living in transitional living. Spirit told her to work with me, she did, right? Never missed a payment, was never late. And during that time she got a job, got a brand new car, right? And Shamika said, doing the inner work and allowing spirit to take care of the rest. Exactly. Exactly. But it takes that leap of faith, right? It takes that surrender. I can't tell you how many of you guys have gotten the message directly from spirit yourself to work with me. And you'd be like, but what? You said to spirit, I'm ready to get out of this situation. I'm ready to elevate. I'm ready to have more. And spirit's like, here's your solution. Oh, I can't make it up, y'all. This just popped. Look, let me take this out. Do y'all see this? Look, y'all see that? It just popped. Did you guys hear it though? I know you heard it when I'm saying that, right? You heard it. Now, look, I can't make it up. And it's no fire, but it sparked. Okay. That's all I got to say. You've been saying to spirit, I'm ready for a way out. And this is the spark that's going to ignite that. But when spirit guides you to do it, you have but. But then it's not just enough to say, okay, I'm ready, let's do it. Now it's about surrender, trust in the process, right? Because what I get is exactly what spirit gives me. What spirit gives me, I give it exactly to you. So when you're being guided, it's about doing it exactly as you get it, right? Allowing yourself to gather the tools that are necessary so that you're able to independently pull yourself out of any situation, right? And when I say that, I mean independently being guided by spirit 100% of the time. 100% of the time, right? It's probably time for a new one now. Cause that I can't make it up, y'all. I heard it the first time, but it didn't register until I saw the spark. And then I looked, spirit like, you gonna get this message. I can't make it up. It took me destroying a iPhone or whatever this laptop thingy is to get that message to y'all. So it is what it is. If that's what it took, that's what it is. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying. Hi, Gloria. Welcome. Hi, Ahmad. Let's see. Um, Pat said, I'm with you, sis. I'm at the not my will, but thy will be done stage. Exactly. And here's the thing, right? We say this so often. When we surrender in that way, what the will is, it is actually our will, right? It's our will because the will that we're attached to is not really our will. This human self has so much going on, right? That what we think is our will, it's really just influence, right? But when we can surrender and we say, thy will be done, that's really our purest will. Because that's where we're able to connect to our most divine self. And the more we connect to our most divine self, right? The more we connect to our most divine self, the easier it becomes. And it just becomes this flow, right? It just becomes this flow. I felt led to show you all the picture that came up yesterday, but I'm using the other phone to do it. So let's see what you all are saying. Denise said, I heard it. Dang, right? I'm listening. I tell you guys all the time when stuff like that happens, it's like, those are messages. Spirit be like, let me let you know. And it just was out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. Let me let you know. Let me let you know. In case you didn't hear, say it loud for the people in the back. Right? I love it. But it's time. It's time to ignite. It's time to spark that unwavering faith, right? And just because I didn't call you out, some of y'all know who you are too now. Some of y'all been guided to go to that retreat that you've been putting off. Some of y'all said you going when I offered that special, but you can't find nobody else to go with you. Now let's see if you not gonna go. Sis, I'm talking to you now. I ain't calling you out, but I'm talking to you. You know, because listen, this is the way I see it. I'm the detached witness, right? My life is already planned. Right? There was a time I told y'all when I wouldn't offer nothing and spirit said you're doing them an injustice. Why you think you here? Right? You're doing them an injustice. And if y'all think y'all be getting stuff off of these lives, listen. Ask the sisters that's been and the ones that keep coming back. Keep going. Why they go? Shoot, I'm telling you. And it's not just about the healing. It's about the fun. It's not all stuffy and it's just it's magical. I can't even describe it. It's a sisterhood. It's amazing. Like I'm not ask one of them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. We got 9 of Raphael. Your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. A love for the beautiful things in life. Okay, now I said a pony, but a unicorn is better now. I'll take a unicorn. And there's that rainbow right there. Sometimes the hardest part is just taking action. That's the hardest part. Is just taking action, right? But look, let's just take a look at this picture. You see how she's sitting on that, sitting pretty. She not tripping off nothing. And then she just letting the horse do all the work. She just propped up in her pretty little gown, right? Enjoying the wind running through her hair. And she just letting herself be carried through. And that unicorn ready for war. Whatever comes in its path steps in its way. And she can just relax and sit pretty and enjoy the ride. That's what being spirit led is like, right? In order for you to have a different result, it requires you to do something different, right? It requires you to do something different. In order to elevate your faith, it requires you to act from an elevated state of faith. It's not time to continue on the path that you're going. It's time for you to take a new path, a new direction. Is this for everybody or is this specific? Okay, so this is what we doing. We just not candy coat no more. So your current path will lead to destruction. And so as they said it, they're telling me why, right? It's because right now the current path that you're on, and for those of you that this applies to, this doesn't apply for everybody, but the current path that you're on is a path that was created for you, right? And it's one of those things, those illusions where you feel like this is another natural path, right? But this path was created based on belief systems that were programmed into your energy field and your psyche. So what happens is that path is leading you exactly to where whoever they is, would like you to be. Right. And along that path, it has many things that mimic the truth. It has many things that mimics your divine path. Right. But it's not. There's two things coming in. One is you've been guided, and one is don't take my word for it, right? This is why I always tell you to connect with spirit on your own, right? I'm never going to tell you something that I'm not receiving from spirit just for the sake of telling you or for the sake of a dollar, right? Because I answer to a higher power, right? And it's not in my nature to be that way. But you tapping in and you get the guidance for yourself. And when you get that, you take action. This is the first step to the formula. It's not something I read about, heard about. It's what I know because I have done it and I live it every day. Every day. It doesn't stop once we surrender and we take action at first, second, and third time. It becomes a practice, a lifestyle. It becomes who we are, right? And forever elevating means we're forever being guided out of our comfort zone, right? All of what we desire and deserve and more is on the other side of our comfort zone. If we stay where we're comfortable, we're going to keep getting what we got. If we stay where we're comfortable, we might inch up a little bit, right? But there's so much more for us. It's like me rolling up this sleeve, right? Let me see. How high can it go? Let's just see. These analogy spirit be giving me. Let's see. This is as high as it go, right? That's as high as it go. But what happens if I do this, y'all? Woo! Wait, I'm gonna take it off and just take it off. Okay, I didn't wear no strapless bra today, y'all. I got on the full fledged, hold these suckers up bra. But look, it might take a little bit of struggle, right? It might take some time to get out of it because it was comfortable and it was warm, and I'm hiding my bra straps and my fat and my wiggly arms, right? I'm hiding all that good stuff. But woo, now that I'm out, if I choose to get rid of the wiggly arms, I could work out better. I could exercise more, right? If I choose to take the bra off, I can now. I couldn't do it underneath there. And now my whole arm is exposed. Woo, I'm free. I'm free. So just remember that coat. How high can we go? We can go up a little bit, but once we take it off, we got options. We got wiggle room, right? Okay. Now back to that inner child card. Let's get back to this. Okay. It's time for you to sit with yourself, your inner child. It's time for you to sit with those childhood dreams, right? Now, you may no longer have that desire, or you may no longer choose to live out your childhood dreams. Like back in the day, I used to be like, first thing I ever could say I was ready to be ever since I could remember, it was an actress. Now I understand why it didn't happen because I was meant to do this, right? But I love acting. So guess what I've been looking for? Some improv. I love acting and I love joking and being funny and being silly. And it's something that brings me joy, right? So sit with your inner child. What things do you enjoy? Me and my mama went to see Disney on Ice, right? I was in the car with my son the other day. I was like, "Oh, I feel like going to Disney World. Would you go with me?" He was like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm like, "For real? You not what?" He's like, "Nah, I'm good." Dang, I just knew he was on board. Maybe my 26-year-old go with me. But right, I'm like my inner child. What would you like to do today? Sit with your inner child, right? And connect to that dream-like state. Oftentimes we minimize our dreams. We cut ourselves off from what we can have because we're adulting and we're realists and we're realistic. What does that even freaking mean? I'm just hearing that song. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys and Toys R Us that I could play with. Right? That's what I'm hearing. What does that even mean? Sit with your inner child and allow yourself to dream again, right? It's time to dream again. It's time to dream again. All right. Oh, y'all, guess what time it is? It is 6 o'clock on the dot. Why am I so loud? I'm too hyper. I know y'all, I'm too hyper. Why am I so loud? But it's 6 o'clock on the dot. So hi, Allie. Tanya said, I love Disney and seeing Disney on Ice. My child chooses to travel and explore like she wasn't allowed to before. Right. That's like my second ex-husband, because I got two of them. And I'm grateful for them both because they both assisted with my growth. And I got some real amazing stories to share with y'all because I was married to them, right? But he asked me one time, he said, why you play so much? Why did Michael Jackson build Neverland? You tell me that, and then you'll know why I play so much. Oh, that card just flew out. It's in reverse, y'all, and it's Healer of the Ages. Okay, let me tell you something right quick because this came in. So some of y'all that's spiritual and y'all done walked away from religion, it's time for you to reconnect with Jesus. Because once we get all spiritual, we be acting like we can't say God and we can't talk to Jesus and stuff. There's truth hidden in plain sight. The relationships and the teachings we were taught aren't always accurate. But listen, I was telling my guy about some of my experience because it shook me. I'm not even gonna kid you. It shook me when I'm like, ooh, I just had an experience. I could just use some love. He said, you need Jesus. I said, Jesus is one of my guides. You need to call a priest. Guess what? Spirit called on me. So this is how we doing this, right? But it's time for you to revisit your relationship with Jesus, right? It's time for you to embrace Christ consciousness. It's time for you to understand truly what that is, right? Oftentimes we'll cut off our nose to spite our face. I know there's a lot of trauma centered around religion. Religion is man-made. Our relationship with God doesn't have to be, right? So it's time to revisit what your relationship is like with God, the universe, the Most High, Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, whatever you refer to your highest source of power as. It's all the same. And it's time to give people the freedom and space to grow within who they are and their connection to their highest source of power without judgment. Just show up as you, being that living, breathing example of what a truly spirit led life and relationship with the divine looks like, right? Jesus is real, y'all. The teachings in religion, not always so much, but Jesus is real. So for those of you that have turned your back on Jesus, and this is not what Jesus looked like, by the way, I had a vision and I saw him. This ain't what he look. This not even what he looked like in the Bible. The Bible say he got skin the color of burnt brass and hair like lamb's wool. Now I don't know about you, but this ain't what that looked like to me. And what it looked like in most of the churches either. So I don't know. I'm just saying. Being guided to look at the bottom of the deck. Angel of strength. By building your connection to God and by embracing your own inner Christ consciousness, you're going to build your strength. right? You're going to be able to exist in this world and maintain your peace. Sometimes I really like, I'm going to say, I'm going to use the word wish because that's all that's coming to me. But if I could only just put into words what I feel on my inside part, now that I've decided to live a spirit led life and I'm in this flow, right? I remember what it was like in the beginning. It was scary, right? It was scary because there's challenges that pop up and you like, oh, sweet baby Jesus, I'm broke. I don't got the money. I don't know how I'm gonna take care of me and my baby. Like I ain't generating. It's time for a job. What we doing? Right? And then Spirit said, child, you said you're not working for nobody. So what you gonna do? Fear or faith? Okay, I'm choosing faith. Here, you take it and just guide me, right? Or those times of insecurity. Oh my gosh, I've been hurt. I've been betrayed so many times by everybody I love. Like, is this one gonna do that too? And Spirit, like you knew from the moment you met this man almost 18 years ago that he was the one. And I done told you 50 million times it's the one. So relax. Right? Oh no, I'm getting closer. I'm getting friends. I'm getting sisters. Oh, Spirit, is it real? Are they gonna betray me like everybody else? Relax. I told you, allow them in. You're safe. You earned this love. You're reflecting, you're receiving what you're reflecting, right? So many things. Let my son take my car by himself today, because Spirit said, I wasn't planning on that. His car is one thing, mine is something else, but Spirit said, yes, right? So many times it was hard, it was tough, and sometimes it still is. But the shift and the change and the peace of knowing that all I'm called to do is just surrender and be guided. And everything will be more than okay. Everything. My mental, emotional, physical, financial, everything. Everything. It'll be just fine and beyond. We don't have to struggle. We don't have to stress. We don't have to get angry when people cut me off. I got a potty mouth, y'all. Y'all don't know the half of it. I got a potty mouth for real. I be sitting there like, bless your heart, doo, 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 in my little piece, because you ain't finna have no power over me to give no cracks to them low entities coming on in. It ain't that serious, Like, don't that. No, no way, baby. Right? But I just, if I could like just let you connect to what I feel so you could feel, so you can know how real it is, right? But I can show you better than I can tell you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Activating you. I'm enrolling y'all for 2023. If you ready to get to work, the link's in the bio and it's in the description. Let's do it. The Activating You retreat. We got the accelerated coming up in April. We got the all inclusive coming up in October. There's 3 spots left at the all inclusive. April's pretty open still. So if you're being guided, let's do it. Let's do it. So then we can discuss how good it is. How sweet it is to be spirit led, right? Mm-hmm. How sweet it is to be spirit led. I'm telling you. I'm gonna pull one more card and then we'll get into the readings. If anybody would like reading, it is $25. Ooh, y'all saw that? They just keep coming out. Oh, I'm sweating. How was I sitting here in that jacket before? I wasn't even hot. As soon as I take it off, I'm hot. We got 2 cards that flew out. Okay. So we have woman holding a heart. And look at that number. Can't make it up. And then we have this one that came in reverse, reverse. Okay. It's angel of balance. It was in reverse. Why is it in reverse? Why is the angel of balance in reverse? And what message you got for a woman holding a heart? What's the message here? Oh, that's sweet. Anyways, okay. So what Spirit just said was she's offering y'all her heart and her soul, and she's gonna put her all in it, and she's gonna allow me to guide you, guide me. I'm gonna allow me to be guided by Spirit to guide you. They being all flattering and stuff. But anyways, I didn't realize that card was about me. We could have talked about that later. It's also time for you to open your heart so that you can receive the love of God in the way that you were intended to, right? In the way that you were intended to, not where it's just part of the way, some of the way, but all of the way, where you're in that zone. It really is a zone. It really is a zone. And I realized I was in that zone. I was like, ooh, I'm in a zone. This is good. I made it here. Okay. I'm in that flow. Like nothing's turning me back. Now I'm not leaving my faith. I'm here. I'm here. I'm staying here. And then once that zone was hit, then there was this other zone. And then it was like, wait, was this just a good month? Oh, wait, is that another good month? Oh, wait, is that another good month? Because the peace was there, but now we're talking about the material world shifting, right? Like the peace was there. We was existing in that for a minute, right? But then when the material world started shifting, and we like, oh, this what we at for real? Spirit was like, this ain't no fluke. It ain't no month, 2 month, 3 months. This is your new reality. Oh, okay. And there's more to come. Okay. Right? There's this zone that we hit. But what happens is we'll start to build momentum, right? Think about it. Think about it. Let's climb the ladder together, right? We're climbing the ladder, right? We're getting up to the top. And then we get tired and we look down. Well, oh, wait, I'm about to go back down and get some water. So we go all the way back down. Then we climb up. Oh, shoot, I'm hungry. Let me go back down and get something to eat. And we go back down and we climb up, right? Oh, shoot, these shoes. Oh, my feet hurt. Let me go get another. Right? You get the picture. We keep going down and come back up. But if we had just paused and we said, Spirit, I'm climbing this ladder because you told me to climb the ladder, right? But I'm thirsty. Spirit would say, check your backpack. I already packed you some water. Oh, thank you, Spirit. We climb some more. Then Spirit, we're like, oh, now I'm hungry. And Spirit, like, oh, I got you. Check your backpack, that left pocket. You like, oh, snacks. I got some healthy snacks, some junky snacks. Oh, and they all taste good. And you pack me some fruit. Thank you, Spirit. We gobbling up, right? Then we keep climbing, right? Higher and higher. Then, oh my goodness, Spirit, my feet hurt. My feet hurt. And Spirit, like, here, you got a choice now. I got you a brand new pair of shoes in there that we done already broke in for you, or I could take over. You can surrender, get on my back, let me carry you up some of the way. Because you done did some work. Now let me match you and some. So Spirit climb you all the way where you done climb by yourself, right? But you've been guided, not really by yourself, right? You've been guiding, and then take you a little further. And Spirit say, okay, I've gotten you here. Now here, let me get this to you. You take over. But I'm with you. I'm not going to leave you. Just listen to my voice. Okay, now I like you to just close your eyes and surrender. Don't look at the ladder. Just hear my voice. Let me guide you. All right. Now bring your leg up just enough so you can go up one ring. Okay. Right. But if we start contemplating, feeling around, right, then we slipping, right? Because we don't know all that and we fall. But if we just do what Spirit say and the Spirit guidance, we do it. Okay. Okay. We still doing it. And then Spirit's like, open your eyes. And then we're at this beautiful horizon where the view is amazing. And Spirit's like, soak it in, enjoy it. Take your time, explore. All right, now it's time to keep climbing. But it's beautiful here. I know there's more where that came from. Some of us choose to stay there, and some of us choose to have faith and get back on that ladder. And it continues. Everything that we feel that we require, Spirit got us. It's all in that backpack. And we didn't even realize because it was so weightless. But it's there, right? Our wings are supporting it. And then next thing we know, we're reaching new levels and new levels. And one level is even beautiful, more beautiful than the other. But all it takes is us to surrender, to trust, to climb, right? And it just continues like that. And we're in this zone. Next thing we know, them wings that was carrying that backpack, them wings then got stronger, right? So instead of climbing and being out of breath and it being difficult, now we just flap those wings, right? And now we just doing this. We touching the ladder like this and we flying, right? That's the zone. That's the process to get there. And flying feels so good. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Y'all ready to fly with me? If you're ready to fly with me, let me know. Drop a comment, say let's fly. And if you're ready to join me with the mentorship or the retreat, drop a comment, let me know. And let's do this. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. Let me see. I done missed a whole lot. Let's see. Pat said, wow, I heard it. Oh, you heard it too, Pat? That frying of the frying of it all, the spark. hmm. Okay, Pat said we got a verbal and physical message. But didn't I just tell y'all? I told y'all with the 444, right? When I was in my car that day, started my car, the time is 3 hours off. So Spirit could deliver that message. And I just tell y'all that stuff is happening where Spirit is coming to us in the physical to let us know. I just told y'all that, but see, Spirit said, Nahkila, they don't be believing you. I know y'all don't always believe me. It's okay. It's okay. Because Spirit gonna show you better than I can tell you. Let's see. Shamika says, Spirit said you have invested in so many things. Now it's time to invest in you. Okay. In you. In you. It's so true. It's so true. It's so true. Pat said, yes, it's the will of our highest self before we got distracted by society and our socialization. Absolutely. Pat said, all right, sis, I hear you. I'm there. Okay, okay. Um, let's see. Diamond said, come on your own. We are your guests, right? Come on your own. We are your guests. TK said, working with you is a maze balls. Thank you, TK. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know what? Okay, so here's the thing. Um, Spirit told me a while ago to stop not saying thank you because before I used to be like, I'm just a vessel, right? I'm just a vessel. And truly, I am a vessel, but I'm not just a vessel. Spirit said, stop saying that. That was like in 2017 when Spirit gave me that message. So I stopped. But here's the thing, we're going to have fun. Okay, because I'm me all day long, and I'm kind of funny, just a teeny bit, and I'm kind of fun too. But when it comes to y'all getting that work that's gonna get your soul right, right? That's all Spirit. And then sometimes Spirit will be like, okay, tell them this, share this, and then I'll share, you know. But it's all Spirit, right? It's all Spirit. And literally, I am, now I can say it, just the vessel, because you the one that do the work. You know how they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? I could tell you what Spirit tells me to tell you till I'm blue in the face, but if you don't do the work, you're not gonna get the results. So when y'all get to feeling better, doing better, living better, being better, that's all you. That's all you. Because they say uh, knowledge is power, but it's really not. It's applied knowledge that's power. So, anyways, let's see. Denise said, I'll be there. I know, sis. Oh, ooh, it's gonna be so okay. Wait, I just thought about everybody who's coming in October. I mean, wait, did I say October? I meant April. October too. October gonna be good too. Because a lot of y'all that's coming in April are coming in October. But in April, I literally just had a flash of who all is coming already. And our hype woman coming too. She said she got something planned. I'm excited. Let's see. Anitra said it's so magical for those that have been guided to go to a retreat. Do it. Now is the time to talk yourself out of what you were now is not the time to talk yourself out of what you were guided to do. Listen, y'all, and I'm not just saying it, okay? Like for real, I am not just saying it. Because if I say it and it's not true, when y'all come, you never gonna come again. You never gonna come again. We got many sisters that come and they've been coming since they first came, right? But here's the thing, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna tell you this though. I don't just facilitate, I participate. Okay. I told y'all before how my sister TK just forced me to take all that love. And then last time, my sister Sharon, she just was like, we being guided to turn it on you, right? So I be getting that good too. So I'm not just speaking as a facilitator, I'm speaking as a participant. You know who said that I'm not only a client, I'm the player president, right? Biggie, right? I'm telling you. And we do it every year. Every year. So if you've been guided and you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna have it this year. Let's get you on a custom payment plan. I work with you now. I work with you because the spirit say what spirit said. I work with you. That's all I'm saying. Um, Happy Roots with Ash. Hey Ashley, welcome. At first I'm like, wait, who is Happy Roots? And I saw Ash and I knew who you were. Let's see. TK says she feels carefree. Who? My mom said 555. I'm alive. You guys remember Pat said, thanks, Anitra. I'm ready for the up level. Listen, listen. I'm telling you, you don't leave the same. You don't leave the same. You don't. And that's on Mary had a little lamb and the period. Okay. You do not leave the same. You do not. Show me one person that's been to one of our retreats that left the same. And I'm going to show you a lie, like a rug. Let's see. Tempest said, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, is that not the song? Anitra said, improv is fun. Yes. Our next, let's plan a day of improv. Tempest said, it's always the start that is easy. It's the journey and staying true to the work. And it can all be easy because here's the thing. Let me tell you how it got easy for me. It got easy for me because when I stepped out on faith and Spirit challenged me in some major ways. And I understand why the major ways came very quickly for me. Like Spirit didn't ease me into it. It's because I was meant to have these dramatic stories to share, right? But when we're guided and then we do it, and it's like, oh, I did not even know that there was a way even possible. And then our faith increases. And then again and again and again. And then the next thing you know, we're in this trust and we're excited and we're looking forward to the next challenge. And then it just becomes a natural flow. Like it doesn't even feel like a challenge at all. It just becomes a way of life. And now we've shifted from collective thinking to divine existing, right? So it gets easier. It's just many people don't stick with it. Many people lack consistency. And just like we talked about that ladder, we'll climb, do real good, and then we go right back down, right? Or we'll stay because the sunrise is beautiful, right? So, yeah, yeah, it gets easier and easier and easier. It does. TK said, "Hey," and Tempest said, "You hype woman, let it loose." Pat said, "Yes, I love that acting and improv for you, Nahkila. Yes, it's been since I was little. My mom used to feel like me being a journalist because I could write really good. I don't like writing at this point at all. I really don't enjoy writing at all. But when she told me that, and she thought I spoke well, and so I used to be like, "Ooh, maybe I will do that because Oprah's a journalist and she's in the color purple." But it was always a way into that, right? And so now I know this is what I'm called to do. I had an opportunity that at the time I let my fear of it not being real stop me. Everything happens for a reason. Because if I had been doing that, who knows? I might not be doing this right now. My life might have took a whole nother turn. And this is what my soul agreed to. But now, and here's another message, just because we're living our calling, because I find so much joy and fulfillment in this, it doesn't mean that we can't go back and revisit those childhood joys and incorporate them into our lives, right? So now I'm able to be fun and playful with y'all while we're doing this serious business that we doing together, but we're able to enjoy it, right? And so now I got the freedom in my schedule to go and do that just because it's fun, right? So even if your calling is different from your childhood passion, it doesn't mean you can't do both, right? In fact, you're encouraged to do both. And for some of us, Sharon, our passion and our calling are all intertwined, right? So, um, Tempest said that energy feels great. Pat said fun feelings unfolding naturally. Yes, yes. Barbara Diamond said, I love Jesus. Some of his children know. She said, I love him too. Pat said, okay, sis, I just had this conversation with a Karen today. Oh, let me tell you. Oh, let's go there real quick because y'all remember it was when I was first starting my journey, conscious journey, right? When I first back when we still had RIM, and that lady told me she was a Karen. You need to learn some respect. When I tell you the old Nahkila put that car in park so quick, jumped up out my car, my son's like, "Mommy, what are you doing?" And I'm so grateful she was smart, her and her friend, and they drove off. Them Karens, they be testing you, but now not even Karen can take me out of my peace. I'm telling you, because there is a force much more nerve wracking than Karen, and that's them low vibrating entities, and they just waiting. They just waiting for us to slip up and go there. They just waiting for that crack. That's all that's required, right? That crack. Y'all remember when I told you I was at that movie and Spirit had me? It was the movie Prey, Prey, pray for the devil, I believe it was called. And pray, like in prey being hunted. And so, anyways, Spirit told me to see it. And then Spirit had me feel the frequency. And when I paused and I really felt, I could literally feel those energies just like waiting for a way. And I shared this with y'all during an Empower Hour and in the Soul Family. I could literally feel it. It felt so disgusting, like they were just hovering, just waiting. Right. So our light attracts opposite and the same. Light beings see us, and them beings that ain't got no light see us too. So they just waiting for cracks to get in our energy field. What better prize than a host that has chosen the light, right? What better? Oh, they will be more than willing to leave another host to jump in us, right? And this is not for you to be scared. It's just to be aware because it's real, right? It's real. Again, this journey is not just rainbows and unicorn farts. It's not. This is a battle that's happening, whether we're aware or not. It's happening, right? So Karen and nobody else is worth it. Okay? They ain't worth it now. They ain't worth it. I'm telling you, they're not worth it. Ooh, they not worth it. Listen, my eyes have been opened in a different way, and I'm telling you, they ain't worth it. So I'm grateful that this message resonates, sis. Let's see, Stephanie says some of his kids, though, I get it, y'all. I get it, but we just send them that agape love and we just, surround them in light and gratitude. And we ask our souls, what are they here showing me? What are they here to teach me? Right? I'm so grateful for those misbehaved baby kids that God got. So Karen said, yep. TK said the orange on that card really speaks to me. Which card? And then and look what we got, y'all. This was what was right here. Look at that. Let's just take a look. Take a look at that. See, the door wide open. The door is wide open. All we being called to do is step in. Just step in. Just step in. Tiny said, wow, that hit hard. Just step in. Right? Just step in. Just take a step. That's what's on the other side. Hello from the other side. And look, 31, which is what? 4. And it's 626. So look that number up too. But we also got that balance card and look, appreciation as I find the balance card now. So everything is meant to be. Spirit is telling us to have gratitude, appreciation for those people that test us, because they don't understand. I used to put the hashtag spiritual gangster. They really don't understand. I think people think I said it because it's cute. It's because I was still both. But now I don't know what I am now. I'm just me. It just ain't that serious no more. They be testing us, but Spirit said appreciate them too. Appreciate them too. Don't let them bring you out of your character or into your old character, however it fits. Just, you know, appreciate them. They're another beautiful flower in the garden of your life. Everyone is playing a role. You're the leading role. We talked about this in the Soul Family. You're the leading, the star of the show, and everybody else has a role to play. And every role that everyone plays is to serve you. But sometimes we get angry, so we can't appreciate or even see what their role is. Sometimes we get sad, so we can't appreciate or see what their role is. But when we understand that I'm the star and everyone is supporting cast, then we can look at everyone with the same gratitude, right? Everyone. Because in some parts of a movie there's laughter, and some parts there's crying, and some parts there's fear, and some parts there's other aspects, right? But each aspect of our life is to serve us in some way. So Spirit said what Spirit said now. Appreciate it all. And that helps us to stay in our frequency of it's not that serious. It ain't. But okay, so angel of balance, you're being called to create more balance in your life. It's just time. It's time for you to be more balanced, more balanced. See, so many of us are more into our 3D self that we're not in our divine self. And even though some of us may say we are, but we ain't. Mm-mm. And I say we just because it feels good, but it ain't in that no more. I used to be, right? And I used to even be in a place where I wasn't balanced. I was too in the woo woo and not enough in the 3D. So Spirit was like, checkmate, it's time to get balanced on that end too. right? Because imbalance on whichever end creates the same. It creates chaos. It steals away our peace, right? Be in it, but not of it. And if you are connected to your higher self, find that balance to be able to exist here in this plane without that anxious feeling of oh, I'm just ready to leave this ghetto earth, right? Ooh, I'm ready. You agreed to come here. What you mean you ready? What you mean? Ooh, I hate people. How many light workers say that? I love people, but I hate them. What you mean? They're a reflection of you and me. What that mean? But we're just like find the balance, right? Find the balance. All of it's leading to this for you. The door of value, and value is not just about money, but that's one of them. Okay, let's see. We got 6:06 Eastern. Uh, Pat said, I learned this lesson recently. My cash flow was interrupted during Christmas. I was tempted to get bent out of shape, but Spirit said, I got you, girl. Just chill, right? And here's the other thing, y'all. Let me tell you. Sometimes we be all up in lack, right? We be all up in lack. So y'all know Spirit done guided me to go to Calistoga. Now I would have chose somewhere cheaper. I look all fluffy up in here, y'all. I told you I went back to I've been back in yoga for a little while now since the surgery got canceled. I just started back at the gym too, but mama looking kind of juicy these days. Anyways, so I got guided to go to Calistoga and I literally would have chose somewhere else, somewhere cheaper in California. But Spirit said my solo recharge trip is Calistoga. And then I looked it up and it got hot springs and mud baths, all the things that I'm excited about. But I was looking for a place to stay. And I'm a little bit bougie, just a little bit. I got standards of where I stay, right? Because I'm kind of a germaphobe, a little bit. So, anyways, the only one that was up to par was $700 something a night. And I was just like, really, Spirit, you done told me Calistoga. And then the only place that's up to par is this. And you know I'm gonna do what Spirit say. So I'm like, dang, $700 something a night. I guess we about to be investing $700 something a night. The moment I surrendered, I kid you not, I started looking for rooms. And I was going back to find that one again. And I was looking for rooms, and Spirit was like, now look at you. Now here's one in a budget that you prefer. And guess what? It's just as nice. But that's how it works. Spirit will challenge us. Spirit will like test us to see if we really about that life. We be like, I got faith, Spirit. I got faith. If you guide me, even though it's not something I prefer, I'm gonna do it, right? And I'm not gonna let this hefty price tag stop me. And then Spirit will come through like, okay, you did good. I hear you. Now here you go. Go on about your way, girl. I was just playing with you, right? But a lot of times we be like, oh no, I'm not doing that. And then we miss the whole blessing. I have no idea what's in store for me in Calistoga, but I know it's something great because Spirit guided me there. Literally, we were at the retreat and Anitra, Diamond, you were at the table too. And I was, or was it just me and you, Anitra? I can't remember fully, but I just was like, Spirit told me to take this trip, but I haven't received where yet. I was like, I know Spirit gonna tell me where. And literally, I sat there and put a bite of food in my mouth, and I heard Calistoga. I was like, wait, isn't that California? I really didn't even remember. I'm from the Bay, right? But it didn't click. I'm like, I think that's California. It was. It was. So I'll keep you guys posted. I was guided to go around my birthday, so I'll keep you posted on what that's like and what I receive. And sometimes what we receive is subtle. Sometimes it's just a cleansing or an upgrade that's not like whoa, and then it hits us, and we be like, whoa, I don't know which sabbatical that came from, but and I just heard, can you keep up, there, boy? Let me catch my breath. That's what I heard as I was talking about that. Let's see. Oh, Pat said I met my friend Karen, but I get it says, okay, well, that was meant for somebody. That's funny. Anitra said, love is a battlefield. I'm hearing the song. Diamond said, I used to say, I'm over this planet all the time. And I used to be that person that was like, I love doing extroverted work, but I'm such an introvert. And I really would like to stay in my own little bubble at all times. Outside of serving, I'd rather be in bed. Personal life, what? Oh man. Not no more though. I'm expanding. I made that choice to expand and to, Spirit told me a while ago too. You gotta get out. Can't just be behind a computer screen. How you gonna serve on the level deeper than where you're serving if you just be behind the screen? Okay. TK said one of my favorite songs is "The Earth Is Ghetto." Tempest said, "Ooh, don't ask me about Nahkila. I hate the people outside." Oh, don't talk about me, Nahkila. Oh, listen, I'm telling you, us light workers, boy, we be on one. Oh, Tim is from the Bay Area too. You from the Bay too? Okay. Bay Area, stand up. Let's see. The real California, right? um, you said TK likes to remind you you're a people person. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. Like, I'll be like, I'm a people person, but I'm not, And I am a people person. Like, I've accepted that now, but it took a minute. It took spirit working on me for me to have patience. That's what it is, patience, you know, patience. Especially where I am now, I'm very solution based, right? So, like my brother, my god brother, we talk, and I have two brothers, so that's how I identify them because I have a biological brother and a god brother. And my biological brother called me yesterday. It made my day. It made my day. He just called me out the blue just to check on his sister to say he loved her. Y'all don't know how much that means to me. But anyways, so I was telling him, I was like, listen, I gave you your first step. Spirit done gave me your first step, and I done gave it to you. So at this point, you're just complaining. And I choose not to utilize my time like that. Right. So that's the kind of patience that I'm being called to have. Now I'm gonna get on the phone with you, but I'm gonna tell you. So clearly, I'm gonna give you the truth every time. So clearly, your soul is like, give me the truth, regardless of what your mind is saying or your mouth is saying, because you're here with me. I'm not gonna candy coat it. But I had to let them know I'm very solution based, so I just don't have the energy to sit around listening to you complain. So I learned patience, but at the same time, that patience is what allows me to engage. But that don't mean I'm a candy coated or just sit there. Because when I got time to be in my own space, I like to utilize it how I like to utilize it. So I'm giving you some of it. We gonna get some stuff done, or we gonna joke and laugh, and that's it. But we're not gonna complain. That's what we're not gonna do. So yeah. So I'm just learning how to navigate both ends of it, right? Navigate both ends of it. The spirit said balance, balance. I can't just serve all the time and see y'all my sisters and my friends. I'll be feeling like that's enough social life for me. And spirit was like, yeah, I get it, but it's time to do more stuff outside of serving. So I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm gonna hold this so I can drink some water. Because the glass is what's holding it up. Okay. So there we go. So is anybody getting a reading today? Um Tanya say, I say that a lot. I hate people that are dramified at times. Listen, you know what it is when we're vibrating at such a high frequency? Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's difficult, but Spirit gave me that message a while ago. You got to meet people where they are, right? And it's also good for us. You know what I mean? Like, it's good for us. It's not just about being available, it's good for us too. Because people got stuff to offer us too. And we just be ready to shut it all down. We like, nope, I'm good by myself. And I was the only child for 8 years, technically 7, but my sister didn't live in the home with me. She lived with our dad. So 8 years, I was the only child. So I know how to entertain myself, y'all. I'm fine by myself. But now that I've been open to outside connections and doing things, it feels good. It feels really good. I'm really excited about all the stuff that's coming. All the stuff that's coming. Um, yes. So for the reading, send your Pat asked if I could post it. Excuse me. So send it to Cash App. It's Ashworth Scott. The A is capital and then lowercase SHWORTH. The S is capital and Scott and then COTT. It's 25 per question or 25 for general. Hey TK, I got you. I got you. All right, I just looked up at the I wonder if this still works. What y'all think? You think it works? Let's see. No, it don't work. It don't work. It's fried. Okay, so there's a whole message that just came in for that. So y'all see we got the spark, right? The spark came to deliver that message for us, right? And then here I am attempting to plug it in. So spirit is letting us know once you get that message, once you have that awareness and that knowledge, you can't go back to what you had before. You can't go back to your old ways of being. Once that spark strikes, whether it's an inspiration that spirit puts in your gut to start that whatever you've been planning to do or guided to do that you haven't done yet, or if it's that guidance, join us for the mentorship or the retreat, right? Whatever it is, you can't go back once you receive it, right? You can't go back and expect things to be charged up, right? Energized. I'm hearing abundant. So yeah, once that spark comes, that's your indication it's time to move forward. So for me, I've been saying I'm gonna get a new charger, and now it's time, right? So I can't go back to using it. That's that whole I've been saying I'm choosing a better life. And spirit done sparked me up, and here I am attempting to go back and charge myself in that same old pattern. It just don't work. I could plug it in all day long. It's plugged in, but ain't nothing charging. That's how a lot of us are operating. Like this, plugged in, but ain't nothing happening. So, anyways, okay. So, TK, you first, and you said a general. So, Spirit, what you got for TK today? Thank you. Yes, sir. Let's see. Userim. Thank you for following. Welcome to our community. I believe, Tanya, I believe you're the only one that's still with us. Hi, Vince, Yogi. Welcome. This is so satisfying. This is like, can you hear it? Listen, it's like that ASMR, or at least for me, it's satisfying. Hmm. TK, I'm being guided to tell you to release tension in your head. You've still been overthinking to a degree, but it's not coming in as overthinking like a lot of thought. It's coming in as overthinking like a lot of pause, right? So you've received from spirit what it serves your highest good to do, but you've been in this pause state. And just because you don't have like a ton of thoughts running through your head, it's not registering for you as the same. But spirit is saying, but it is the same. So you've gotten your first step and it's time for you to do it right now. You may be thinking, oh, but I've been doing, but it's that getting yourself out there, putting yourself out there, right? It's not enough to build it. It's about sharing it too. And there's some more on the building it in that you're being guided to do. What's going on with your teas, TK? What's going on with your teas and your tinctures? I'm hearing. You're being called to do some candle magic, TK. So it's really coming in for you to light candles for your ancestors and for you to sit down and communicate with them, your ancestors of highest light and love, and to ask for some guidance. Now, this guidance that you're being called to ask for, it's on a personal level. This doesn't have anything to do with like building your business or anything to do with anything outside of you. It's time for you to have a deep conversation with your ancestors of highest light and love. And the highest light and love is coming through as being indicated because you got some ancestors that weren't of highest light and love that would like to come through too. But they assistance is not necessary. TK, what just came in is you have the will, now allow us to make the way, right? There's a lot of the word confusion is coming in, but it's coming in more like there's so much that you're being called to do. You can feel it in your spirit that you don't really know where to start or how to start, right? And so they're just like, you know what, you just show up, just talk to us more specifically about your life. Just talk, have conversation, right? And in this talking, this conversation specifically about your life, you're going to receive the guidance that answers all the questions you have, but they're telling you to show up more. You did that live. Now, I haven't seen you go live no more. I'm not saying you haven't went live again, but you haven't gone live enough. It's time for you to go live. For a while, go live every day. Give yourself a week where you go live every day for 7 days and you literally just deliver a message from spirit. and then go to once a week and do that for 4 weeks, and then go to once every other week, right? Do that for 4 weeks. And then go to once a month. Do that for 4 weeks. And then decide what frequency feels good for you. But you have a lot to give the world, and your energy is incredible. It's time for you to show up. Even as you continue on your own healing journey, even as you continue to build your own confidence, you're equipped with assisting others with building theirs. It's not about waiting for that perfect opportunity, it's about creating it. Also, Spirit would like you to know that you are doing a great job as a mom. You're doing a great job getting out of the way and just allowing your child the freedom to be, the freedom to explore. And you're not pushing your thoughts or beliefs, and that is to be commended. Okay, I'm being guided to pull a card for you. Spirit of high slut in love. What do you have for TK? Take, are these for TK? Just the one on top? Oh, look at that. 7 chakra, Archangel Uriel. And it's the number 5. So you are definitely being called to connect more. And it's about intentional connection, right? It's not just about random guidance, right? It's about literally sitting down, having a meal with your ancestors, and just talking, right? Guide me. Because a lot of the wisdom that you tap into is ancestral wisdom, right? The wisdom that you're being guided to share, it's unfinished business, right? You're carrying on the legacy of an ancestor that existed in a past life where you existed that didn't get to finish their mission. And it was always the agreement, always the intention for you to carry the legacy. And so, just because this is a different lifetime, a different existence, that buck didn't stop when you both transitioned in that lifetime. And they like you to know this is exactly what I said. We're working for you on the other side. So, as you're here continuing out the legacy, they're on that side working in your favor and on your behalf. They've gathered a ton of ancestors, and they just saying call on them more. You won't believe what song they playing right now. That Too Short and Lil Kim, Call Me. All they playing is the call me when you need someone to talk to, and that's where they stopped. But they saying call them. Get the bottom of this one or the bottom of the deck. Okay. Mm, grounded. Get grounded. Okay, what they're telling me is TK, you're running very hot and cold. Okay, so here's what's coming in. You're one of the people that they're saying to get grounded in this cold weather, but they'd also like you to ground in the warm weather too. But when they tell me you're running very hot and cold, it almost seems like your physical vessel gets cold easily, right? But your internal vessel is very hot, right? The element of fire is all up and through you. And so by you grounding in this cooler weather, and they're telling me to tell you to take your socks and shoes off because, sometimes I'll be like, oh, you don't have to take your socks and shoes off. Just ground outside. They're saying, no, TK, take your socks and shoes off. Set the intention that your health is perfect, right? And release any attachment to any sickness and just go ground. Connect with Mother Earth. Talk to Mother Earth. Release to Mother Earth whatever it is that you've been carrying that's heavy in your spirit. And they just said, what have you been carrying that's heavy in your spirit? They're letting me know that sometimes you don't even know. It's just a feeling, right? It's just a feeling. Sometimes you don't even know what the heaviness is or what it's caused by. But they're saying it's time for you to release it. Release it. Give it to Mother Earth because she's going to transmute it to love and light. And when you're done, just spit and thank her. Offer your sacred waters and thank her. She'll take it all and transmute it for you. But as you're releasing it, right, stand there long enough to allow it to be transmuted and then allow her to fill you back up with that transmuted energy, right? And then set the intention to activate your ability, that part of you that transmute all energy that comes to you into love and light and power, right? Because we have that ability, but it requires us to activate it. All energy is good energy when we're transmuting it, right? Be a filter, not a sponge. They're telling you directly, be a filter, not a sponge. Don't soak it in and absorb it. And also, it's time for you to stop being so connected because that's going to be increasing now. Listen, lately, when I be talking to my mama, I'll be like, Mama, is your head hurting on the left side of your temple and is your neck and your shoulder? Yeah, okay, I feel it, right? My guy was here. I was like, my back hurt. And then I was like, right here. He said, that's wrong back here. I was like, oh, I'm probably feeling yours, right? It's been happening a lot more, not just when I'm serving, right? So as a result, I've been shielding even more. I've been protecting even more. And Spirit is saying the same is going to be happening for you if it's not already. So it's about you shielding and protecting even more and disconnecting. Even when you get off of here, disconnect because it's a whole lot of energy that you and I both know that you pick up on, right? You're being guided to get out of your shell and get out of your comfort zone. And also eat more fruit, TK. Eat more fruit. They saying they know you miss certain kinds of fruits, but work with what you got. Work with what you got. Eat more fruit. More variety. More variety, not just in your fruit, but also in your life. Explore the things that bring you joy, even the things that are unconventional, right? And we had a little talk about that unconventional stuff, girl. Explore it. I'm still smiling. Explore it. And then I see three circles. One, two, three. Intertwined, connected. This deck or the other one? The other one. Okay. Explore it. Which one? This one or that one? Both? Okay. These are your last two cards. Oh, okay. So you have three of Ariel. It says, do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. Can't make it up, TK. And then you have Nine of Raphael, make a wish. Dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. So what I just heard was your wish is my command, okay? And Spirit is letting you know, like that is Spirit speaking to you. A lot of times when I say that, it's something else, right? I say that and it's something else, and it's more in alignment with exploring the things you love. Okay. So, yeah. Anything else you have for TK Spirit? They just said, tell TK, stop wishing on a star. You remember that song? They said, stop wishing on a star and connect to your soul. Stop separating self from source and recognize your power. You've done good at elevating in your recognition, but it's time for you to fully recognize your power. They see it, they recognize it, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't. It's time for you to start operating in your power fully. I said, okay, that's all. Now they said one more thing. What is that one more thing? Oh, they said tell TK we're proud of her. They proud of you, girl. They proud of you. So that is your message, TK. Thank you, my beautiful sister, for allowing me to serve you. And now I'm gonna look to see what you are saying. Let's see. Uh, Thank you, girl. It's a hair hat. TK said, why was I just clenching my jaw? Oh Lord, candle magic. Timba said that. TK said my teas are coming along. Tessa Teas on IG. Y'all got that? Tessa Teas on IG. Go follow her and make a purchase. Order you some. And let's see. Okay, so let me just say this. One thing I do know is that TK made a tea for my mom because my mom had acid reflux. So Spirit guides her on what to put together for certain elements. So check it out, y'all. Now I'm not no doctor. She ain't no doctor. It don't take no placement of that. You know the disclaimer, but check her out. TK said that makes sense. I'm receiving a lot of directions Why spirit want me on these people internet? LOL. Timmy said facts. TK is the truth and light, right? Okay. Um, Anitra said general reading for Derek, please. Okay. Got you, got you. TK said, my babies. I don't call on them much for myself. Oh, that's why. She said, girl, I've been hearing that cold weather grounding, but I get cold, cold. And that's what I felt like. It's like I saw you shivering. I saw you like in a blanket, like like, but not outside. I saw you in the house like that. So that's why I was like, I feel like you get cold physically, but you're inside. It's all about your inside, right? So your inside runs very fiery. And so there's that balance we talked about by grounding out there. So it's okay to bundle up. You can bundle up, right? But get out there. I remember the first time I grounded in this major rainstorm in Washington State. I mean, it was coming down hard. Last time Dynelle was on here with us, she's not now, but she was doing a sound bath, sound bath, and I was there, meditation type thing. And it was raining so hard that everybody was waiting. And I went outside and I just stood in it and put my head back. And it was so exhilarating and cleansing, like literally just bundle up and do it. But get out there, get out there. Let's see. You said, I don't really know what that feeling is for real. I've started saying I am well when it comes up. Which feeling? Are you talking about? Um, you could tell me, Spirit. What I'm feeling now, I know it's not exactly what I said, but what I'm feeling now was coming in. It's more like that feeling of tapping more into the collective, that feeling of heaviness, right? That feeling. Yeah. It's a lot going on right now, a lot going on right now, and so like when we talk about you receiving to do some candle magic, right? Magic sounds like spooky and scary and evil to a lot of people that aren't aware that there's two sides of every coin. So where we were brainwashed to fear magic, they on that other side doing magic for the other side, and sometimes it requires magic for the light in order to combat, right? You got to have magic for magic, and they know that nothing is stronger than light. So they taught everyone that has the desire and the potential to exist in the light, they taught us religion and to fear it, right? So that they could be over there and they couldn't be defeated in that, know, right? But what you're feeling is all that heaviness. There's a whole lot going on behind the scenes, a whole lot to keep us disconnected. So it's important for you to tap into it, you know, from that highest place of love and light. Right? There's power in your connection with your ancestors of highest light and love. And that fire from the candle is going to ignite that fire within. That grounding in that cooler weather helps create balance between your internal flame. I'm hearing, is it burning an eternal flame? Close your eyes, give me your hand, darling. Can you feel my heart beating? That's all I used to love it. Anyways, I sped it up a little bit so I get to the point. But it'll help create that balance, right? So that you can remain grounded in this realm while still being super connected to that realm. Okay. So let's see. TK said, wait, I feel like I just passed him. Tempest said TK message resonate with me as well. That's why I be telling y'all to stay on. And notice I didn't say it today. I be like, even if you're not getting a reading, stay on because the messages be resonating with other folks too. Okay, so we're into the reading part. IG. I'm gonna go now, but if you'd like to join us, guess where we are? We are live on still. That was YOU tube. Okay, join us there. Thank you for joining us here. Sending love and light. Have a great day. Okay, that definitely did not end the live, y'all. Here it is, in now. All righty, all right. We didn't ended it. Oh, oh. Let me just real quick. Let me just real quick. Every time I gotta go fast to spell Wednesday live in Power Hour, then I gotta go Wednesday when I'm trying to go fast. Guess really trying. Hmm. Okay. They asked me for a caption. Okay, now what? Now where's the thing for me to press? Okay, I did the caption. And I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And now I'm gonna share. At first it was upside down, y'all. Now I could drink my water. It was upside down, so I picked a cover that wasn't upside down. Okay. I feel like I'm so blessed. Wait. Um, okay, sis. So let me just see the order so I could tell you guys who's next. Samaj just texted me talking about I just realized spirit was on my side for once. No, he didn't say for once. So y'all know I told you. Okay, can you see it? So I told him, let me know when you make it to work. Wait, so he said, made it. Can y'all see? He talking about I just realized spirit was on my side for once. That boy, anyways, got me all sidetracked and distracted. Shiny things. Okay, so um, let me see. Oh, it took me way. So TK, Anitra for Derek, then Kaylin for Karen, and then Denise. Okay, and thank you for putting the question there. So okay, so that's the order. So I'm finishing TK, and then Anitra, Derek's is next, and then Karen's, and then Denise. Okay. So thank you all so much. So let's see. Let's see. Um, TK said three circles like the trifecta symbol. It didn't exactly. Yeah, actually, because it was circle, circle, circle. So yeah. But it was also connected to the exploring, the things that bring you joy. It was connected to that too. The three circles was. It was connected to that. Denise, okay, I saw that. And then Tim said, I always tell her she has been my confirmations. Yes. Yes, it's time for you to get out there, TK. Like this comes for you all the time. All the time. Spirit gonna keep giving it until you doing it. It's all the time. Um, TK said, I feel like I'm so blessed already. What more could I ask for? Well, you don't really have to ask for more. You could just receive more. Remember, I was just saying we have no idea what more is in store when we just move out of the way, right? And at this point, it's also about what can you give more, right? Because there's so much within you that you keep for yourself and those around you. And even though you may not connect to your ancestor for yourself, which they like this on that, like, come on now, put your mask on first, right? Like it's okay to come to us. You don't always have to be the confidant and the one that everybody else depends on. I know you have people you can lean on, right? But I mean from that spiritual perspective, right? So it's time for you to get out there and for you to allow yourself to be that teacher that you came here to be, right? To be that human guide that you came here to be, to utilize those gifts in the way that you came here to utilize those gifts, right? And I have a headache now, right in here. Just don't overthink it. Just flow with it. It's here too, but mostly here. A little bit here, mostly here. Don't overthink it. Just flow with it. Just do it. TK said, thanks, sister. I'm so very grateful for you. I'm grateful for you too. And you're so welcome. So welcome. Karen said, hey, sis, I also cash out for a general reading. Okay, got it. Got it. Oh, you were on there. That was I saw it. Thank you. And let's see. TK said, I'm a Leo. Fire. I'll go when it cools back down in Georgia. Good, good. And go now too. Like, not like right now, but like whatever the weather is like now, go because you're due for a grounding outside of nature. But then when it cools down, go again. Like you're due for one. Even if you just ground this morning, you're due for another one. You're due for one. Um, Barbara said, candle magic is beautiful. Oh, speaking of which, my candle I got from you, sis, it's almost done. And it's so clean. Um, I was way too excited. Uh oh, and I just saw the part where you said got one going now. Me too. The one I got from you. Um, TK said I was taught candle magic spiritually while I was in REM with myself. Oh, I did not know that that was when you was taught candle magic. For those of you that don't know, REM was the original mentorship, which stood for Release, Evolve, Maintain. And there is something that's going to happen with that name again, but it's going to be more like a quick course, right? Spirit's been talking to me about creating some sort of quick course, right? That's not like the year long, but like a course. And yeah, it's just we'll get it together. When Wednesday, right? You both of y'all say it too. Yes, Samaj is a trip. Talking about Spirit finally was on his side. Spirit be now he know. Okay, okay. So that was your message. As I figure out how to turn these cards around, I just heard upside down. Boy, you turn me inside. And y'all, can we send prayers? Y'all that were in REM at the very beginning, you guys remember Audra, right? Y'all remember Audra? She is on a journey where she is in the toughest battle of her life that is meant to be her most beautiful and most glorious testimony. So, can we all just send her healing and send her love? And not just today, but whenever you think of it, periodically, I just go in her inbox and put some hearts in there or just let her know I'm sending you love. I'm sending you healing, and even if you don't reach out to her directly to send it, you can, because all the love and support will assist her with keeping herself elevated, right? But even if you don't think to do that, if you can just send it, just love and healing her way, love and healing her way. I'm just disconnecting from TK's energy now. Audra Dukes, Audra Dukes. And I don't even recall if she still goes by Dukes on Facebook. I believe so. Audra Dukes. Y'all remember Audra from REM? She was in REM in the very beginning. In the very beginning, when REM first started. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So who did I say was next? Derek. So disconnected from DK's energy spirit. And then I am now connecting to Derek's energy. What message do you have for Derek? Hmm. So what I just heard was Derek, you hide behind the smile, but it's okay to talk about the things that stress you out. She'll understand. You have such a free-hearted and generous spirit. What are you doing for yourself that is just for you? I just heard it's time for you to have more time with the guys. It's time for you to drink a beer just cuz. Now, even if you don't like beer, the symbol of this message is it's time for you to really get in touch with the things that just bring your soul joy. It brings your soul joy and you do it just for you. It's time for you to get in touch with that. And you're even being called to get in touch with the little boy within, right? You are such a great provider, husband, and friend. It's time for you to give yourself more of the pure joy and satisfaction and to speak up more for what it is that you desire and deserve. And I'm hearing that song, I can't get no satisfaction. Oh, I try and I try and I try and I try. I can't get no. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, okay. Well, then I tell you, nature. They like my grandmother used to tell me. Hmm. Let's see. What you got for Derek Spirit? That went somewhere else. Ooh. Okay, we have walking away. You may feel led to look up the angel number 9. We also have, this came in reverse, third chakra, Archangel Shamuel, represents the solar plexus, your power center. The number 10, 37 is 10. And this one was 9, right? And then 917, you may feel led to look up that angel number 917. Okay, we're going to wrap this up and we're going to get these readings done so that we don't lose our connection. If we lose connection, y'all, I'll log in on one of the cell phones if I don't get to all the readings because we're in the red. And then you have Goddess of the Moon, number 7. So you're being guided to follow your intuition, right? So the walking away card and the connecting to your power, again, there is this frequency of, I'm receiving providing stability and joy for others, that your joy has become connected to that aspect of your life, but you're being called to also go back to that little boy within and to do those things that bring you pure joy. It's time to walk away from not giving yourself the freedom to explore hobbies, you know? And when I say hobbies, I don't even necessarily mean like grown up hobbies. For some reason, they're showing me like a train with the track, like something like that, like just something that's pure joy, has no rhyme or reason, no meaning. It's just something you used to enjoy. Even if you don't necessarily see the connection of the joy in it now, pick the thing that used to bring you a lot of joy when you were a kid and start doing it. Relax your mind. Allow your mind to be free from thinking. A massage would be really good. A solo massage and or a couples massage. If you do a couples massage, hold hands while you're doing it. Bring some aromatherapy to the room. Light a candle even if they don't have one. All of these things are going to help you connect deeper to your power. And it's not that you're powerless right now, but you have even more power for you to connect to. And your intuition is actually very strong too. So while you be joking about those lotto numbers, you could actually pick them yourself. It's time for you to pay attention more to that voice within. What I'm receiving is there's very much so structure and order, even though you're really easygoing, free spirited, carefree. But it's like that aspect of you, it's compartmentalized, right? Even though wherever you are, people can feel that and experience that in you, it's more about you allowing yourself to connect to that in all that you do. It's going to just help you really enjoy life more and explore the joys of life in a much different way. And as I'm being guided to tell you to explore the joys of life more, it's like little things like, this is literally what I'm hearing. And I'm showing it, I'm being shown it as a connection with you and Anitra, although it feels like you're also meant to do things like this alone, but I'm seeing y'all walking barefoot in the park, holding hands, and you grounding and deep breathing, and you guys just holding hands and just connecting, reconnecting on a different level. And what it's showing me is you two are very much so connected, right? But when you think in terms of when you built your connection, when you built your bond, you were both two very different people. And your love has and will stand the test of time. But now you've both grown and you've both elevated into these two different people. And so now what you're being guided to do is savor that love and that connection and that bond that you already have. But now from that, you know those plants where you can cut off a leaf and then you put it in water and it grows into a whole nother plant. Now you're being called to take a piece of that and to explore each other energetically and physically as the beings that you are today. You both have changed and shifted so much. And it's almost like this adventure of exploration and getting to know each other all over again, right? And I'm hearing the song "Gift of Life," but what they're saying is bring back the spice of life, right? It's about the adventures. I just heard let bygones be bygones. Don't hold on to a grudge. But this is not you and Anitra now. This is shifting. I'm hearing familial. So this is something dealing with family, right? Not holding on to things, allowing things to be completely released. And as I say that, there's this energy and this frequency of being very easygoing and kind of like, oh, it's okay. Like, it's not that serious. I'll let it go. But then there's an aspect within, right, where there's certain things that still pains you. You're being called to release it here, that aspect within that still pains you. You're going to do great where you are. And this is career. You're going to do great where you are. But they're really stressing and emphasizing doing more of what you love, allowing more of your creative flow to be an aspect of everything that you do. And also tell more jokes because you're funny. And people really do like you. You're really a people person. And there's not anything that you can't do or can't ask for when you prove your worth and your value. And they're still talking about career. Once that's proven, because you're liked, people like you, they vibe with you, there's not too much you can't ask for. Name your price is what I'm receiving. So when it's time for a raise or an up level, just know you're worthy in their eyes too, not just you knowing your worth. Name your price. You also have strong boundaries and you're being commended for that. By setting boundaries, you're going to encourage your wife to explore herself in a different way. And you also have more adventures to take her on, but these are adventures of the mind. There's a lot of mental connection that spirit is speaking of today. And it's like in a different way because when I receive it, I feel like these are things that you do, right? But spirit is saying in a different way, more challenges, more thought provoking, more in alignment with areas of improvement. You set the tone and you've done really well doing that. It's time for you to stand up and speak up more. And this is as it relates to you leading others and helping others. And this has nothing to do with work now. This has to do with your calling. You have a lot of wisdom that you're being called to share with the world. I remember a message coming through years ago when I first met Anitra about the two of you doing videos and sharing and guiding couples and people that were looking to be coupled. That's still a thing. And it also allows the two of you to explore each other more. It feels like a jokey, laughy Q&A and just so much fun, right? It feels so fun and so good, and people are just enjoying themselves, but they learn so much. And then you all are learning more about each other as you're doing this and as things are coming through by spirit leading both of you, the topics, right? It's just a flow. There's not a, oh, today we're going to talk about this. It's like, let's just get on and talk, and wherever spirit takes us, takes us. Y'all got questions? Because we got answers, right? And it just goes like that. And you're overdue for a vacation where you get pampered. It's time for you to get some pampering. And they just said, not a huggy types, but a pampering. You deserve all that you give and so much more. You light up a room when you walk into it. And you know how people say your reputation, they're saying that with your wisdom, right? Your reputation, I can't think of the saying, but it's like people know of you before they know you. Your wisdom is coming in that same way. Like you have a lot of wisdom. But people don't always know how much wisdom you have because what they see most often is like the carefree, like, ha ha, Derek. But you have so much wisdom, and Spirit is just saying now it's just time to share it, to just share it on a larger platform. And it's meant to be a hobby. It's not meant to feel like work or be added to your plate. It's just whenever you feel like it. Yeah, it'll bring y'all closer as if that's possible, but it will. And that's me saying as if that's possible. I'm saying that. But it will. It will. Okay. Which one? Okay, I'm being guided to because I was there anything else, and I'm being guided to shuffle and then look on the bottom. Stop here. Oh, look, and it's the number 22, yin and yang. It's just all about balance, right? And this is that beautiful balance between masculine and feminine. And you're just being called to create more balance within your own life that translates over into your union, right? Um, really allowing there to be balance within you and amongst you. I'm hearing no self sacrificing. Sometimes we do things for the greater good of all, right? And all meaning like our family. But Spirit is telling you your family is good. Now it's time for you to explore more of Derek. What are your true dreams, your true goals, right? And again, connecting back to that inner child. Of course, you're not going to walk away from what you're doing, the bread nor the butter, but you're being called to incorporate more, incorporate more. And I asked, was that it? And I heard, yes. Okay, what is that? Speak your truth, Derek, at all times. Okay, now, a question for all the psychics here today. Can y'all give Derek a number? Just ask Spirit for a number. He's been saying there's so many psychics amongst us that by now some of us just give him a number. What number Spirit give y'all to give Derek? Just put it in the comments so Anitra can give him the numbers, y'all. Okay, we're gonna see how this works. Derek, I will take a dinner. And some of Anitra's mac and cheese. Anitra, some of your mac and cheese and a dinner, please. Once they give you your numbers, if they hit. Okay, so we have 17, 7, 33. Hey, Deasia. Um, listen, because I'm not gonna tell you how much I could feel the message, but yeah, that part is very, 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 very important. That literally the part he's excited about. No, seriously, that is coming in. Like, hmm but what was coming in by doing that, it's gonna build that so that even just flows, right? Without saying too much, it'll just flow where you'll both be in that space of just like, oh, like when we first met, right? Because the spice, give you the spice of life, spice it up. Like it's all just about that rediscovering and keeping everything new, right? Everything new again, and finding ways to reconnect to that newness. They just gave me a real weird analogy because it's like when our clothes get dirty, we wash them. Apparently, that's what it's like. You're making it fresh again. That makes sense when they say it like that. But when they were saying new again, it was kind of like really close, but fresh. It makes it fresh. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, you're a couple of minutes behind in live. Your reputation precedes you. Thank you, Diamond. That's what your wisdom precedes you. But again, people don't really know how wise you are. because they just see that, but there's all kinds of wisdom all up and through you. And you don't always lead with that. It's so funny because it's like I was sharing, was it last Power Hour, the sage and the magician, the sage. But I like existing in the magician because it's fun, and the sage just kind of comes when it comes, but I don't exist there because it's not as fun. It's very similar to that. Like